The worker didn't notice the shadow slipping past the far corner, low and quick as a slicing thought. She didn't hear the soft click of the emergency door he'd wedged open earlier. She didn't realize he hadn't actually fled the building. He had circled back. He wasn't done. Not when someone had ruined everything. Not when this woman had overheard things no one was supposed to hear. Not when people were already looking for him. He couldn't leave witnesses. Not again. The worker dialed 911 with shaking fingers. Yes, I need police at Clearwater Retreat immediately. A man assaulted. A thud cut her off. The woman beside her flinched. What was that? The worker frowned and stepped toward the open doorway. Probably a door slamming. It's an old building. Don't worry. Another sound. Closer, sharper. The worker stiffened. She leaned out the doorway and didn't come back. The woman waited, breath held, heart pounding. Hello? She whispered. Is everything okay? Silence stretched across the hall like cold fog. She rose unsteadily, clutching the doorway frame. Ma'am? Still nothing. She took one trembling step forward. A hand suddenly wrapped around her ankle. She screamed, nearly collapsing, as the worker's limp body slid halfway into view from behind the office door, eyes closed, not responding. Before she could react, a second shadow slipped out from behind the door. Him. He pressed a finger to his lips, eyes blazing. Shh! She turned to run, but he grabbed her shirt, yanking her backward. Her desperate scream echoed once, then cut off sharply as he dragged her out of sight. Down the hall, two co-workers were heading toward the lobby, chatting softly about end-of-shift tasks. They weren't expecting trouble. They weren't expecting anyone to be lurking in the quiet dark. They didn't expect the man who stepped out behind them. By the time their radios crackled with unanswered calls, by the time the resort's security lights flickered from motion he created, it was already too late. He moved with a terrifying calm, taking them out silently, one by one, anger sharpening his focus, fear of discovery sharpening everything else. He hid the bodies in empty supply closets, behind carts, under blankets. Fast, efficient, practiced. He knew how long he had before someone stumbled onto the scene. Not long. He wiped the sweat from his brow with a shaking hand. The bracelet in his pocket clinked softly, the only thing that reminded him why he had started all this. He needed to disappear before the police reached the property. He needed to escape before they connected tonight to the missing couple. He needed to erase her. Sirens wailed faintly in the distance. He slipped out the emergency exit and vanished into the tree line, breath steadying as darkness swallowed him whole. She had gotten him caught once, and she would pay for that. He would make sure she stayed quiet, permanently.